Buddha's simple advice for a happy marriage, Amara, was a young woman who loved her husband, Dhiren, very much. But sometimes they had small fights, misunderstandings, and unspoken feelings. She wanted to know how to make her marriage happy and peaceful. One day she heard about Buddha, the wise teacher, who helped people find peace and happiness. She decided to visit him and ask for his advice. When Amara reached the monastery, she saw Buddha sitting under a big tree. He looked calm and peaceful, surrounded by people listening to his wisdom. She gathered courage and knelt before him. "Great teacher," she said, "I love my husband, and he loves me, but sometimes we do not understand each other. We have small arguments, and I feel lost. Please tell me, how can we have a happy marriage?" Buddha looked at her with kindness and asked, "Tell me, if you hold water in your hands and squeeze too tightly, what happens?" "The water escapes through my fingers," Amara replied. "And if you hold your hands too loosely?" Buddha asked again. "The water slips away completely," she said. Buddha smiled. "This is how love works. If you try to control your husband too much, love will feel heavy and forced. If you ignore him, love will fade away. A husband and wife should be like two hands, washing and helping each other, but never holding too tightly or too loosely." Amara thought deeply about his words. Then Buddha continued, "There are 4 things that make a marriage happy: trust, respect, understanding, and selflessness. First, trust, the foundation of love." Buddha picked up a clay pot and poured water into it. "If this pot has a crack, can it hold water?" he asked. "No," Amara said, "the water will leak out." "That is how trust works in marriage," Buddha explained. "If you do not trust each other, love will slowly disappear. Trust means believing in each other's words, actions, and love. Without trust, there is no strong relationship." Amara realized that sometimes she had doubted Dhiren without reason. She understood that trust is very important. 2. Respect, the key to peace. Buddha pointed to a lotus flower in a pond. "See how this lotus grows in the mud, but it still rises above it and blooms beautifully." "Yes," Amara nodded. "In a marriage, respect is like this," Buddha said. "You and your husband are 2 different people, but you must lift each other up, not bring each other down. Speak with kindness, listen with patience, and never insult or belittle each other." Amara thought of the times when she had spoken harshly to Dhiren and how he sometimes dismissed her feelings. She realized that respect was about treating each other with care. 3. Understanding. The heart of a strong marriage. Buddha then asked, "If a blind man stumbles and falls, should we be angry at him?" "No," Amara said, "because he cannot see." In the same way, Buddha explained, when your husband does not understand your feelings, do not get angry. Teach him with love. If he is tired or upset, be patient. Marriage is about learning and growing together, not expecting perfection. Amara realized that she sometimes expected Dhiren to read her mind. Now she knew she had to express her feelings clearly and understand his too. 4. Selflessness, the secret to lasting love. Buddha picked up a candle and lit another candle with its flame. "If one flame lights another, does it lose its glow?" he asked. "No," Amara said. "Love is like this," Buddha said. "If you give love without expecting anything in return, your love will never run out. Marriage is not about keeping score, who gives more or who sacrifices less. It is about sharing happiness and helping each other without selfishness." Amara's heart felt light. She now understood that love was not about demanding, but about giving and growing together. She bowed to Buddha and said, "Thank you, great teacher. Your wisdom has opened my heart. I will not try to control my husband, but instead I will support and understand him." Buddha smiled and said, A happy marriage is not about finding a perfect person, but about loving an imperfect person perfectly. If you follow these four things, trust, respect, understanding, and selflessness, your love will last forever. Amara returned home with a peaceful heart. That evening, instead of waiting for Diran to ask what was wrong, she held his hand and spoke with love. And in that moment, their marriage became stronger than ever before. Moral of the story: a happy marriage is not about control or perfection. It is about trusting, respecting, understanding, and loving each other selflessly. Hold love with care, not too tightly, not too loosely, and it will grow beautifully.